welcome back to my channel. My name is Diana and welcome to my channel. For today's video, I am using all my drugstore high-end products that I've purchased in the month of July. So I'm going to go ahead and put them to the test. These are products that I have not tried as far as eyeshadow, blush, foundation. There's some random stuff that I use here and there, so I want to incorporate it with today's video. So if you guys want to know how I got this look, then keep on watching. Alright, let's get started. So I have already applied my primer for my face and I have done my brows off camera. That way we can save some time. So I'm going to go ahead and do my eyeshadow first. That's the old way I always do it. Eyebrows, eyeshadow, foundation, and then complete face done. So I'm going to go ahead and use my ColourPop Pretty Fresh concealer, and this is in medium 100W. I did return the other one because it was too light. So I'm just going to apply this directly to my lid. And I'm sorry if the lighting goes in and out. I am filming with natural lighting. Did not want to take out my lights and all that, so I decided to film with natural lighting. I'm just going to blend this all out and pat it, and I'm just going to go over with my finger. Alright, so I am going to be using the L.A.Girl Pro Mastery. I thought it was Mystery. Mastery eyeshadow palette. It is proper, which is this color right here, and I'm going to place that as my transition color. This does have a little bit of fallout, okay, quite a bit, so I'm going to tap the excess off, and I'm going to place this right on my crease. This is a nice transition color. So now I'm going to grab another. The brush that I used was Makeup Shack T11. I'm going to go in with a Morphe M504 and with, let me see, this is Conquer, which is this shade right here, and I'm also going to apply that in my crease, and I'm going to place that also on my crease. I did notice that this eyeshadow palette does have quite a bit of fallout, so that's the only, and I do have to give it quite a swirl to get that pigmentation going. So that's how it looks. Very, very simple, nothing crazy. I'm going to go ahead and get another brush. I wanted something a little bit more, let's see, this one. So this is the Morphe Jeffree Star JS8, and I'm gonna grab, because I kind of see like a little bit of reddish, this purple plum color, which is pretty. Oh, this one definitely has quite some fallout, and I'm gonna apply this right here, just in the outer corner of my eye. I feel like it has a little bit of pigmentation. It's nothing extreme. Like I really have to go several times to get that pigment going. But other than that, they do blend really nicely. I'm not having quite some problem. But I do have to build it up to get that desired shade that I want. So this is definitely my first L.A.Girl palette. I absolutely love the L.A.Girl concealer, Pro Concealer. It's one of my favorite concealers from the drugstore, but I've never really tried any of their eyeshadow palettes. I don't know why, but I decided to try it out because it was on sale. So that's really good. That's a good way to try new stuff, even though they might be like taking the palette down. You get to see the formula and see how the eyeshadows work together without having to break the bank. As far as now, like I know that the L.A.Girl eyeshadows, as far as this one, is something that I have to work on. It is a buildable eyeshadow. It's not pigmented right away. So I definitely have to go back a couple times to get that shade that I want. I'm gonna grab Maven, which is this color here, and it's a little bit more of a true plum color, and I'm just gonna apply this also in my outer corner of my eye, and I'm just kind of making like a V motion, and I'm gonna bring it a little bit on the crease. So what is your favorite eyeshadow palette from L.A.Girl? I'm gonna grab more of a pencil brush, and the brush that I used here was JS6, and this is the Morphe E17, and I'm gonna go in with the more chocolatey color, which is this one here, and it's Dapper. So I'm gonna apply that only to, ooh, this one does a lot, ooh. And I'm just gonna apply this right in my outer corner of my eye, but I'm not bringing it in or anything. It's kind of creating like that line. This eyeshadow palette looks so pretty, but I am having a really hard time really getting that pigment going. Like, I have to build a lot. That's something to keep in mind if you're ever going to pick up an L.A.Girl eyeshadow palette. I think I'm going to do an eyeliner look. I have a makeup wipe, and I'm just going to clean up underneath. Oh my god, look at how much fallout that has. And take that off. I'm going to go ahead and do wing liner, and for that I'm going to be using the liquid liner from Anastasia, and this is in the shade Black. And this one reminds me a lot of the Urban Decay liners that they used to have, because it is a very fine tip. So I'm going to go ahead and do a liner. So I'm going to It's definitely a very watery eyeliner, like, but it's very, very black. There we go. And I'm going to clean it up a little bit because I feel like it's a little bit messed up there. The apply is really, really wet, but once it dries down, it's a completely matte eyeliner. I'm going to go ahead and get my wipe once again, and I'm going to clean up my eyeliner like so. I don't know about you guys, but I've been breaking out so much wearing masks. Like, it's no joke. Like, I'm breaking up here, I'm breaking out here, I'm breaking underneath my chin. Is the worst. Like, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply some mascara. Mascara that I'm gonna be using is the Tarte Maneater mascara. And I don't know about you guys, but I like to apply a little bit of mascara to my eyebrows to define them a little bit more. So I'm going to let my lashes dry a little bit with that mascara. So I'm going to let my mascara dry down a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and curl them. I know some people curl their lashes and then apply their mascara. I do it the opposite. I feel like it gives my natural lashes a little bit of lift just because they're so straight, and whatever I've tried waterproof mascara, they just tend to go down. So this is the only way that I know that it lifts a little bit my lashes, so this is why I do it this way. Alright, so for my lashes, I am going to be using the Maneater eyelashes that come in this case. So I'm going to go in with, I think it's Wispy, I can't remember the name, and I tossed the box, so I'll definitely have everything linked down below. That way you guys have access to get anything that you guys want. So now I'm going to apply some lash glue to my lashes. Lashes are, I feel like they're a little bit too flat, like too straightforward. I like my lashes to have a lift to them, but these, they seem a little bit too flat, so I'm gonna have to see. So now that I applied my eyelashes, I'm gonna go ahead and spray a little bit more of this NYX Bare With Me spray to kind of prep my skin. Even though I already have primer and everything, I'm gonna add a little bit more of this E.L.F. putty primer that I have here, and just a little bit, not too much. And I'll put it in my nose. Sometimes I have. There we go. So for foundation, I am going to be using the Too Faced Do You Full Coverage Fresh Glow Foundation. And this is in the shade Warm Sand. Hopefully this is my right shade. So I'm going to apply a little bit of this foundation in the back of my hand. And I'm going to apply it. Oop. Hopefully it's not too orange. Definitely not the shade at all. It's too dark. And I'm gonna go in with another one. So I'm gonna try this one, which is Warm Beige. Or maybe I'll have to mix them together. So what I'm gonna do is mix them together. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a little bit more of Warm Beige and mix it with a little bit of Warm Sand. I'm gonna blend it together. There we go. Now this is my shade. It definitely smells like watermelon. Definitely has that dewy finish, but I don't like dewy, so I can't believe I didn't try this foundation a long time ago. Because this is kind of like my coverage and my natural finish to it. Getting whatever's left, and I'm gonna blend this really well on my skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my ColourPop Pretty Fresh concealer. This little one holds a lot of product. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and use my E.L.F. I think this is called the Camo Concealer Sponge. So I heard a lot of great things about this sponge, so I'm gonna go ahead and use it today. It's pretty good. Just like that. Yes. So I'm gonna set everything in place, and I'm gonna grab my Laura Mercier powder along with my E.L.F. Camo Concealer Sponge and put it all. And for my bronzer, I'm going to be using the original good old Hoola bronzer to warm up my face. I'm just using a Real Technique brush. Apply that. So for blush, I am going to be using the L.A.Girl Island Hottie blush palette. And I'm going to use this color right here, which is this one right here. And apply that to the apples and my cheeks. Actually, I'm going to mix these two here. It's like a nice shimmer matte. And I like to apply a little bit on my nose because I like that blush look. Like, I'm shy, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to put any highlighter because this blush has a little bit of shine to it. So I'm going to skip that step. So for my lower lash, I'm not going to apply too much, just quite enough to see the difference. I'm grabbing my Morphe JS10 and I'm mixing, what is this? Pretty and Maven together. On my lower lash. I'm gonna go ahead with my mascara and apply some to my lower lash. Now for my lip liner, I am going to be using the KKW Lip Liner in Love and apply this. And for my lipstick, I am going to be applying KKW lipstick in the shade number 2. And these smell so weird. I don't know about you guys, but these, yeah. So I'm going to add a little bit of this Buxom VaVa Plump Top It Off. Kind of excited to try this. This is the Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist, up to 16-hour wear. Like, ooh, what? And it does have like a little ball inside, you know, almost like those nail polishes. And I'm going to apply this all over my face. And I'm going to let you guys know how it works out. Oh no, what's wrong? Did I do this wrong? Oh. No! So since that is broken, I'm going to go ahead and use my Morphe Mattifying Continuous Spray. So that is it for today's video. Trying out the new drugstore products that I have purchased recently. I'm gonna go ahead and let my hair down. Alright guys, that is all for today's video. Using the new drugstore and slash high-end products that I have purchased previously. So this is the look that I came out with. I actually like the foundation. Unfortunately, I did have to mix both shades together to get my current shade, which I'm not mad at all because this foundation was on sale for $7.80, which is amazing. So I'm definitely going to be keeping them and just mixing them, which is totally fine. And I actually do love the L.A.Girl blush palette. However, for the eyeshadow, I'm not very convinced. I feel like it is very, very powdery. And even though I have to build up couple times to get the pigmentation that I want, it's not something that I want to do all the time. So for that, I'm kind of like, I don't know. But I did come out with this gorgeous look. So hopefully you guys like this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you guys are notified every single time that I upload a video. And that is it for today's video.